Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Let's chant one round of japa with Srila Prabhupada. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshakarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, 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 Hare 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 Ram, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet Ashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय श्रीमद् भगवद गीता एज इट इज की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to today's Srimad Bhagavatam for all session, that is recite Bhagavad Gita shloka. We are reciting from Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 14, text 4. Does anyone need to go first? Okay, then we'll just go in order. Isha.
सर्वयोनिषु कौन्तेय मूर्तयः सम्भवन्ति यः तासां ब्रह्महत्योनिरहं बीजप्रदः. It should be understood that all species of life, both sounds and beasts, are made possible by birds in this material nature, so that I am the seed-giving Father.
Krishna Shish, you'll recite. Madhava.
सर्वयोनिषु कौन्तेय मूर्तयः सम्भवन्ति यः तासां ब्रह्महत्योनिरहं बीजप्रदः. It should be understood that all species of life, also of Kunti, are made possible by birth in this material nature, and that I am the seed-giving Father.
Rasapriya.
सर्वयोनिषु कौन्तेय मूर्तयः सम्भवन्ति यः तासां ब्रह्महत्योनिरहं बीजप्रदः. It should be understood that all species of life, also of country, are made possible by birth of the material nature, that I am the seed-giving Father.
Okay. Priyanka Haripriya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Sarvayonishu Kaunteya Mudaya Sambhavanti Haha Tasam Brahma Mahadionir Aham Bija Pradaha Pita. It should be understood that all the species of life, or son of Kunti, are made possible by birth in this material nature, and that I am the seed-giving Father.
Yes. Okay, I'll also recite. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 14, text 4. Sarvayonishu kaunteya murtayah sambhavanti yah tasam brahma mahadionir aham bija pradah pita. It should be understood, O son of Kunti, that all species of life are made possible by birth, and that I am the seed-giving Father. It should be understood that all species of life, O son of Kunti. I always get O son of Kunti wrong. It should be understood that all species of life, O son of Kunti, are made possible by birth, and that I am the seed-giving Father. Okay, so today was the last day that we will be reciting this verse. Tomorrow will be a new verse. So let's read Srimad Bhagavatam. We're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 1, The Advent of Lord Sri Krishna. Introduction. We are in text 25. So these are the 4 verses spoken by Kshirodakashaya Vishnu to Lord Brahma, and now Lord Brahma is repeating the same verses to the demigods. So in the first verse, Lord Brahma said that the Lord already, Lord Brahma said means here Kshirodakashaya Vishnu is saying, Kshirodakashaya Vishnu is saying that the Lord already knows, he is aware of Bhumi's problem, and all of you demigods must take birth in the Yadu dynasty. And for as long as the Lord is on this earth, reducing the burden of the earth by his own internal potency, you should also be there to assist him. Second, Kshirodakashaya Vishnu said that the Lord is going to appear as the son of Vasudeva. And in order to please him, the wives of the demigods also must take birth in the Yadu dynasty. Then the third verse was the Lord's expansion, Lord Balaram, is also going to appear, and whose kala is Lord Anantasesh, who has thousands of faces or thousands of hoods. And Lord Balaram will appear before Krishna, right? So he's the older brother, so he will appear before Krishna, and he will appear to perform with a desire to perform activities that will please Krishna. Now we are discussing the last verse that was spoken by Kshirodakshai Vishnu and then repeated by Lord Brahma. Vishnu Maya. So this is what we were discussing. So Vishnu Maya who is also Vishnu Maya Bhagavati. Bhagavati means she's as powerful as the Lord, right? Vishnu Maya who bewilders this whole creation, right? Vishnu Maya who bewilders this whole creation. Okay, we saw both. Like if you take the exact, if you try to translate it exactly, you'll actually end up with an incorrect interpretation. So I'll just share the verse with you once again. So the incorrect interpretation would be Vishnur Maya means Vishnu's Maya, Bhagavati, who is, just like Bhagavan, right? Bhagavati, Vishnu Maya, Bhagavati, Yaya Sammohitam Jagat, by whom this whole Jagat is bewildered, is put into illusion. Yaya Sammohitam Jagat. Adishta was ordered by Prabhu. Who is that Prabhu? Krishna. And Amshena. So, being ordered by Prabhu, this Vishnu Maya, along with her Amsha, Karyarthe Sambhavishyati. Karyarthe means for a specific function, for a specific business, she is also going to appear. So here if we say that Vishnu Maya, who bewilders this universe, was ordered by Vishnu to come along with her Amsha, right? If you take directly, if you take just as it is written here, if you interpret it like this, that Vishnu Maya, who is Bhagavati, who is as powerful as Bhagavan, Vishnu Maya, by whom this whole Jagat is bewildered, was ordered by Prabhu to appear, who's ordered by Prabhu, will appear karyarthe, for some business along with her Amsha. So how does this sound? I mean, what meaning will you get by this interpretation? That Vishnu Maya, who bewilders this universe, was ordered by Prabhu and therefore she has come. So who is Vishnu Maya Bhagavati? Yoga Maya. We already discussed. There are two. Maya is of two types on a broad scale. And then there's a third one that we'll discuss. But on a broad scale, there is two. Yoga Maya and Mahamaya. So Vishnu Maya and her Amsha would be Mahamaya. Okay. So original Maya is Yoga Maya and her expansion is Mahamaya. So if we interpret the way I said before, then it will sound like Yoga Maya, who bewilders this Jagat, was ordered by Krishna. So she will also, being ordered by Krishna, she will appear for some business along with her Amsha. That means Yoga Maya is the one who's bewildering this Jagat, isn't it? The following, right? So it will sound like Yoga Maya is bewildering this universe and she's ordered by the Lord and she's coming along with her expansion Mahamaya. That's not correct because Yogamaya has nothing to do with bewildering conditioned souls. So that interpretation we shouldn't take. Then how should we interpret? We should interpret it this way. Vishnu Maya, Bhagavati, that means this is Yogamaya. She was ordered by the Lord, or Yogamaya being ordered by the Lord will appear to carry out some functions along with her Amsha, Mahamaya, where Mahamaya is the one by which this Jagat is bewildered. So you see the difference? So you are making it clear that Yogamaya is ordered by the Lord to come to this world. So she is going to come along with her Amsha, and where this Amsha, Mahamaya, is the one that is going to bewilder this creation. Okay, so that is one interpretation. So there is actually two interpretations. The first two that I said, the second one is not, the first one is, not, you shouldn't take it. So it's not counted as first interpretation. That is just to show you how you can actually, it's misleading to interpret like that. So actually the right interpretation is what I told you just now. Yogamaya or Vishnumaya being ordered by the Lord will appear for a business in this creation along with her part and parcel or along with her expansion, Mahamaya, where Mahamaya is the one who bewilders this creation. Okay, so that's first interpretation. Now there is another interpretation, second interpretation for the same verse. Okay, the second interpretation goes like this. The verse is the same, Vishnumaya Bhagavati, being ordered by the Lord, being ordered by the Lord. Am I sharing the screen? Yeah, this is Adishta Prabhu, being ordered by the Lord. Okay, being ordered by the Lord. Vishnu Maya or Yoga Maya, along with Mahamaya, well, that I said already, wherein Mahamaya is a part and parcel, bewilders the Jagat. So this Jagat, so that part is the same. Even in the second interpretation, so far it's the same. But after that, there is some more added in the second interpretation. So Jagat, so this Mahamaya is bewildering the Jagat. This Jagat means Prakrita and Aprakrita. Okay, so she's bewildering the creation. That is okay. But in second interpretation, there's further explanation of this creation or this Jagat. So it's not that only Mahamaya is bewildering the Jagat. You get the point. See, first interpretation is saying that Vishnu Maya being ordered by Prabhu, means Krishna, will appear karyarthe, for the sake of some business, along with her part and parcel Mahamaya, wherein by Mahamaya this Jagat or this creation is bewildered. So who is bewildering here? Only Mahamaya is bewildering the Jagat, isn't it? That's the first interpretation. In second interpretation, Mahamaya means, Jagat means there is two types of Jagat, two types of creation. One is material creation and one is spiritual creation. So here, Vishnu Maya, being ordered by Lord Krishna, will appear for some business along with her part and parcel Mahamaya. Period. It's not saying that by Mahamaya this material world is bewildered. No, no. Period. Now, this Jagat is of two types. You have Prakrita and Aprakrita. What is Prakrita Jagat? Prakrita means this material world. Prakrita Jagat means this material. And Aprakrita means spiritual. Who is bewildering? Vishnu's Maya is bewildering this Jagat. And this Jagat is Prakrita and Aprakrita, material and spiritual. The spiritual Jagat is bewildered by the Yoga Maya, and material Jagat is bewildered by Mahamaya. You got the point? First interpretation and second interpretation. In first interpretation, Mahamaya is bewildering this Jagat because there is no further explanation of Jagat. This Mahamaya is the one who is bewildering this Jagat creation. But in second interpretation, this Vishnu Maya is bewildering Jagat, but Jagat is of two types, Prakrita and Aprakrita, material and spiritual. The material Jagat is bewildered by Mahamaya and the spiritual Jagat is bewildered by Yogamaya. Now we'll have to see how is this Yogamaya bewildering spiritual Jagat. Material world, how Mahamaya is bewildering, we have some understanding. But Yogamaya also bewilders. How is that? Now, Mahamaya is a part and parcel of Yogamaya. What we need to understand from this verse is Mahamaya is a part and parcel of Yogamaya. Mahamaya is Amsha of Yogamaya. How do we know that Mahamaya is Amsha of Yogamaya? This is proved in Narada Pancharatra. So, in a conversation between Shruti and Vidya, in Narada Pancharatra, you will find the statement that Mahamaya is Amsha of Yogamaya. There it is said that there is one para Prakriti, right? Para Prakriti and Apara Prakriti. So there is one para. Para means what? Transcendental, right? Para means what? Transcendental or spiritual. So there is one para Prakriti. Her name is what? Durga. So now you may think Durga means material energy, isn't it? Durga Devi with her trident, she is controlling all the conditioned souls. That's the understanding we have. But actually, Durga Devi is also two types. There is spiritual Durga and there is material Durga. There is spiritual Durga and there is material Durga. So this is Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary that I am reading. I can just share with you my notes. So this is said in Narad Pancharatra that there is one para, her name is Durga. She is the supreme potency of Mahavishnu. Supreme potency of Mahavishnu. She is the internal potency of Vishnu. You pay attention, Durga is the internal potency of Vishnu. This is not the material Durga, but is the spiritual Durga, the internal potency of Mahavishnu. By knowing her, one can get the Supreme Lord within the fraction of a second. So anyone who knows this Durga, this Para Prakriti who is the internal energy of Lord Vishnu, anyone who knows her can attain the Supreme Lord within the fraction of a second. Bhakti is the vritti of, or it is the function of the internal potency. Bhakti Shakti. By knowing this internal potency or Antaranga Shakti, one can know the Lord within the fraction of a second. So this Bhakti is also her potency. Bhakti is her potency, the spiritual Durga's potency. So therefore, if one knows her, then very quickly, that means if you know her, then you will know Bhakti and you will do Bhakti. Then very soon, within the fraction of a second, you can attain the Supreme Lord. Okay, you may say this is a shortcut. Maybe there is another long way to achieve the Supreme Lord. No, there is no other way other than by knowing this spiritual Durga, by knowing the internal potency of the Lord. That's the only way to attain Lord Vishnu. So this whole commentary is about the Lord's Vishnu Maya, which is the subject of this verse. Further, about the spiritual Durga, it is said, she is Prema Swarupini Gokuleshwari. Prema Swarupini Gokuleshwari. Who is this spiritual Durga? She is manifestation of love and is in charge of Gokula. By knowing her, one can easily know the Lord Krishna. So this is the spiritual Durga, and her another potency or her bewildering potency known as Mahamaya bewilders the entire creation. By her, the living entities identify themselves with the body. This bewildering potency belongs to the internal potency. How? So, originally, the potency is the internal potency. This is spiritual Durga. This is Para Prakriti or Shakti. Yeah, internal potency. You can say Para Prakriti. And her part and parcel is Mahamaya. And this Mahamaya has this bewildering potency by which she bewilders all the living entities. Because of this Mahamaya, because of her potency, the living entities identify themselves with their body. This bewildering potency belongs to whom? When you say A is equal to B, B is equal to C means A is equal to C, like that. So actually this bewildering potency belongs to Mahamaya. But Mahamaya is none other than the part and parcel of spiritual Durga or Yogamaya. So therefore this bewildering potency belongs to Yogamaya. Okay. So then now next we want to see how exactly this both these spiritual Durga and material Durga or Yogamaya and Mahamaya, how exactly they are acting, how exactly they are bewildering the spiritual Prakriti, material Prakriti. We want to see some examples. So in the shloka, Maya, like it says Vishnur Maya, that Maya means Yoga Maya, and its Amsha is Mahamaya. Mahamaya is going to bewilder the Jagat. So Jagat means what? Material Jagat. When the Lord appears, now what is going to happen? The demigods, Lord Brahma and everyone has approached the milk ocean, the shore of the milk ocean. They are offering prayers on behalf of Bhumi Devi. So it is already said that the Supreme Lord is going to appear. Krishna is going to appear. Right? So that means he's going to appear means he's going to perform some pastimes, some wonderful activities he's going to perform. How both of them are going to appear? That's what the second interpretation, first and second both are saying. The Lord ordered that you should appear. So on his order, she is going to appear along with her part and parcel Mahamaya. That means both of them have a karyartham. That means they have an important role to play. Karya, they have some duty. So what is the role played by Yogamaya in Krishna's Leela? And what is the role played by Mahamaya in Krishna's Leela also? We are not just talking about how Mahamaya controls all the conditioned souls, keeps them in Maya. We are not just talking about that general function. We are talking specifically in relation to Krishna's activities. In Krishna's pastimes, what role does Mahamaya play and what role does Yogamaya play? That's the question. So we will see some examples here. What role does Yogamaya play? In the shloka, Maya means Yogamaya and its Amsha is Mahamaya. Mahamaya is going to bewilder the Jagat. In this Leela, both Yogamaya and Mahamaya will appear to make the Lord's Leela successful. So they assist the Lord means they play a role to make the Lord's Leela successful. He comes to perform some Leelas and they assist him to make the Leela successful. Both Yogamaya and Mahamaya, they have specific roles. These two Mayas will appear to fulfill the Lord's activities. Now, the Lord also has two types of activities. So why there is a need for two types of Mayas in the Lord's pastimes, for the fulfillment of the Lord's pastimes. What is the need for two types of Mayas? Because his activities are also two types. We know from Bhagavad Gita 4:8, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam. Right? Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya. There are twofold activities of the Lord. He has a certain dealing with the devotees and he has a certain dealing with the enemies of the devotees. Both types of people are. He plays a certain role. He has a certain role to play with the devotees, and then he also has a role that he plays with the enemies of the devotees. So that is why, because he has two types of activities, there is a need for two types of Maya, in which Yogamaya is the original Maya, her part and parcel is Mahamaya, but both Mayas are there. So now the Lord has two types of activities. What is the first type of activities? So now let's see the examples. Pulling Balaram, the embryo of Devaki, right? Balaram ji was first. Devaki was pregnant with Balaram. Balaram was her seventh baby. Not born, she was pregnant. Now the Lord appeared. The Lord ordered his Maya to pull Balaram from Devaki's womb and attract him to Rohini's womb. Okay? Balaram is in Devaki's womb and the Lord ordered his Maya to pull Balaram, attract Balaram, pull him from Devaki's womb to Rohini's womb. So which Maya can do this? Can Yogamaya do or Mahamaya do? Yogamaya. Why? Why Yogamaya can do and why not Mahamaya? Okay, Yogamaya is the internal potency, so it's correct, but can you give some explanation? Okay, no problem. Good try. Rasapriya was saying. So Yogamaya only can do. This is not the function of Mahamaya because Mahamaya is controlled by Lord Balaram. Mahamaya is controlled by Mahamaya. She's the maidservant. How can she pull him? Maya Dhyakshena Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam. She is doing under my supervision. She is under my control. He is controlling her. If he is controlling her, how she can control him? How she can pull him? It's not possible for Mahamaya. It's not possible for Mahamaya to pull Balaram because she is controlled by Balaram. Therefore, it is not possible for Mahamaya to pull. Then who will do this? Yogamaya will do this. Yogamaya will do this. So for the fulfillment of the Lord's pastimes, Yogamaya can even cover the Lord also. For the fulfillment of his pastime, she can do that. Can Mahamaya ever cover the Lord? No, she doesn't have that power. So first one, in the first type of activities, first example is pulling Balaram, the embryo of Devaki. The Garbha has to be pulled from Devaki and placed in Rohini. And that's one example. The second example is now after the baby is born, this is Krishna, when Krishna is born. So first example was pulling Lord Balaram. Second example is to put Yashodamai to sleep. After giving birth to Krishna or to the baby, when Yashodamai gives birth to the baby, Vasudeva will come to exchange the babies. At that time, she should be fast asleep. In fact, she should be sleeping so that she doesn't even know the child that she gave birth to? I thought you would ask that question. Is it not that the Lord is controller of Yogamaya too? That's why I said, yes, he is also the controller of Yogamaya, but Yogamaya can cover the Lord's, like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is crying in separation from Krishna. How is he crying in separation from Krishna? Or actually, according to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, this one, when the devotee forgets, that's not even Yogamaya, it's another. Normally, generally, other acharyas will say, normally, so far we study only two types of Maya in general, but then according to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, there's a third type, which we will discuss shortly. But in general, we know there are two types. Huh? So then, how do these pastimes take place? The Lord's pastimes, uh, where Krishna is scared of Yashodamai. Now you tell me, if the Lord is, of course the Lord is controller, but still, this is his internal potency. That's the difference between internal and external. Internal means it is within himself.
But
And
Mataji, like Yogamaya is the internal potency of the Lord, and as I'm understanding, the Mahamaya is the part and parcel of the Yogamaya. So in that case, Mahamaya also becomes the internal potency of the Lord, isn't it?
no, it's called external potency of the Lord. The Lord never touches. The Lord never touches Mahamaya.
But it is
Mahamaya,
just like the example that you gave: if A is equal to B, B is equal to C, or I can say like if A is the superset, B is the subset, and C is the subset of B, then C becomes the subset of A
yes,
also.
yes. That's
So,
why
so it.
Achintya. Achintya. It's there also and not there also. So from that
Okay.
angle, when you see from that angle, yes. Why? In what sense? That is, C is a subset of A, in the sense that C has no independent existence or B has no independent existence.
Yeah.
It cannot exist without it's a part and parcel of, let's say, if there is no Yogamaya, there cannot be any Mahamaya. It's dependent.
Hmm.
It's a part and parcel. It's not independent. Whereas Yogamaya is there always.
Okay. So that is
Mahamaya
the
is
difference.
uh,
Uh-huh.
it's a part
So
and
Mahamaya is
parcel,
not always there.
not always manifest.
Okay.
Mahamaya manifests herself only when there is material creation. And material creation is manifest and unmanifest, manifest, just like Prakriti, right? You
Hmm.
see, when you see creation, first everything is in a dormant state when there is no creation. Where is Prakriti
Yes.
at that time? She's just silent. She's not manifest. But when the Lord opens his eyes, then immediately she starts her activity. So then she becomes
Hmm.
manifest, and then the creation starts. This is Mahamaya. But then
Hmm.
when there is annihilation, everything is wound up. Then she's like,
Hmm.
all the modes are in equilibrium, no activity. She's not manifest. She's not doing anything. Just there,
Hmm.
like that. But Mahamaya is
Okay.
always, I'm sorry, Yogamaya is always performed because her function is in the spiritual realm. In the spiritual realm, there is no unmanifest. It's always constantly
Hmm.
happening like that.
Okay. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, but controlled in the sense, just see from the point of view of the Lord's pastimes. In the Lord's pastimes, Yogamaya is the one who is uh, sometimes covering, sometimes revealing, just for the sake of fulfillment of the Lord's pastimes. That means she has that power. She can do that. She can do that. She can even make Krishna forget. Why? For the sake of fulfillment of the pastime of Krishna, she can make him forget. She has that power. How she has that power? That's why it is said, Vishnur Maya Bhagavati. She's just like Bhagavan, it is said. Right? Why? Because she is his internal potency. She's within him. The form that Krishna has, that form is because of his Swarupa Shakti. It is his internal energy. The form that he has, the existence of Krishna, also because of Satchid Ananda, right? This is all internal Shakti, Swarup Shakti. Sat means his existence, he's eternally existing. How he is eternally existing? Because of that Swarupa Shakti, that aspect, Sandhini, Samvid, and Haladini Shaktis, right? So, because of this Shakti, he is existing eternally. Because of one Shakti, he is cognizant of everything. Because of another Shakti, he is experiencing pleasure. So now you may say, oh, so he is dependent on these personalities, he is dependent on these energies. No, they are his energies. They are his energies. By his will only to make his pastimes successful, to make his leelas successful, they can cover him. They have that power. Does Yogamaya have that power to cover the Lord for the time being? I mean, does Mahamaya have that power to cover the Lord directly? No. Mahamaya cannot cover. That is why we have two Mayas. One has her jurisdiction in the material realm, another one has her jurisdiction in the spiritual realm. Does Yogamaya deal with the material world? No, she won't deal. She won't deal. Only when one enters into bhakti, then Yogamaya comes into play. And before coming into bhakti, conditioned souls, they are under the control of Mahamaya. So the point was, Mahamaya, can she pull Balaram? No, she cannot pull Balaram. When we see the other example, it will become, I think, even more clear. So the next example is...
So Mahamaya is the external potency, but at the same time, it is part and parcel of the Yogamaya, internal potency.
Yes. Yeah, she's a part and parcel of internal energy. Her role is just like a shadow. That's also a very good example. So reality is the person. And as long as the person is there, you will see the shadow. If the person is only not there, can you see the shadow? No. What is the, existence of the shadow? It's dependent on the person. So the person is Yogamaya and the shadow is Mahamaya. That's another. Srishti, Sthiti, Pralaya, Sadhana, Shakti, Rekha, Chaye, Vayasya, Bhuvanani, Vibharti, Durga. Chaya, right? She's like a shadow. And that shadow is causing Srishti, Sthiti, Pralaya. Durga. Durga means, again, you have Durga, spiritual Durga and material Durga, as we discussed. So spiritual Durga means you take Yogamaya, and then there is material Durga, which is Mahamaya. So another example. So one example is pulling Lord Balaram. The second example is putting Yashoda Mai to sleep. You have to make Yashoda Mai go to sleep so that Vasudev can come exchange the babies. And Yashoda Mai shouldn't even realize whether she had a boy or a girl, whether she had twins or one child. She has no idea because she was sleeping. Now, who can put her to sleep? Our conditioned souls, how do we sleep? Do you know? Sleep is of, we say 3 types, actually 4 types you have, or our existence. Okay, sleep is of 3 types. What are the 3 types of sleep? Not sleep, actually our existence, we can say, is of 3 types. One is Jagriti, you are awake, wakefulness. Next one is Swapna, dreaming state. So 3 states of existence. And the third one is Sushupti. Sushupti means deep sleep. Okay. Jagriti, Swapna and Sushupti. Jagriti means you are awake. Swapna means dreaming. Sushupti means deep sleep. Jagriti is because of the mode of goodness. Swapna is because of the mode of passion. Sushupti is because of the mode of ignorance. Okay. Now there is other states of existence also. One is called Turiya. Turiya means this is when one realizes Brahman. So this is not just goodness, this is pure goodness. Pure goodness. Huh? So Brahman, realizing Brahman is transcendental. So that's another state of existence. And there is the fifth state which is prema. So in the material realm, there are three states of existence. You have Jagrati, Swapna and Sushupti. And then you have the transcendental states of existence. The beginning of transcendental state of existence is Turiya, where one realizes Brahman. And then the topmost is state of existence is Prema. Now, generally, when we talk of sleep in material existence, sleep means it's dreaming state. Normally, when we talk of sleep, it is dreaming state. Dreaming state is the function of the mode of passion. Now, goodness, passion, and ignorance are they are the functions of Mahamaya. So, when conditioned souls sleep in this world, they sleep because of the influence of the mode of passion or Mahamaya controlling them or making them to fall asleep through the mode of passion. Now, can Mahamaya make Yashodamai sleep? That's the question. Can Mahamaya put Yashodamai to sleep?
No.
No. Why?
Because she's her Lord's pure devotee. Maybe
Yeah.
she's always in transcendence.
Yes. So Mahamaya has no jurisdiction there. So the modes cannot touch her. Goodness, passion, ignorance, they cannot touch her. She's always in prema. She's in the fifth state all the time. She cannot be put to sleep through passion by the mode of Mahamaya. No, she's a pure devotee. But she needs to be put to sleep. Otherwise, how Krishna will appear and how the babies will be exchanged. So that is again the function of Yogamaya. Yogamaya can put Yashodamai to sleep. That's one example. Okay. And then there is a third example also. When Krishna called the gopis by playing flute in the night, the gopis were at home with their husbands, mother-in-law, father-in-law, their sons, right? In the family members in the night. And they heard Krishna's flute playing. How can they go? They are women and this is in the night. How can they leave home and just go into the forest dead of night when all the family members are there? It's not possible. They wouldn't allow it. So all these family members have to be put to sleep. Now who will do this? Is it Yogamaya or Mahamaya? Huh? Mahamaya? Rasapriya is saying Mahamaya. Agreed, everyone? No, this is not Mahamaya. This is also Yogamaya. The reason is the family members of the gopis, they are not material. They are also transcendental. They play that role just for the fulfillment of Krishna's pastimes. They're stopping the gopis or, all that is meant to increase the intensity of the pastime, right? Like it just makes it more intense. They're all assisting in Krishna's pastimes. I'm just saying, for example, in Krishna Leela, we will see Jatila and Kutila. the mother-in-law and sister-in-law of Srimati Radharani. It appears like they are always, they play the role of, kind of like bad people, like stopping Krishna and Srimati Radharani from meeting. It appears like that. But actually, that's the special role that play to give a fulfillment to that pastime, to make that rasa more intense, isn't it? So similarly, all the family members, they are not ordinary people. They are not under the modes. How can they participate in Krishna's pastimes if they were in the modes and such intimate pastimes? No. So they are all also transcendental. Therefore, now putting the family members of the gopis to sleep is also the function of Yogamaya. So these are all the functions of Yogamaya. To assist in Krishna's pastimes, to fulfill Krishna's pastimes, Yogamaya plays these roles. Pulling Balaramji from Devaki's womb into Rohini's womb, putting Yashoda Mai to sleep so that Vasudev can come and exchange the babies, and putting the gopis, husbands and mother-in-law and etc., family members, sons, they're putting all of them to sleep so that they can go. All this is done by Yogamaya. Now, what are the functions of Mahamaya, right? So we saw Yogamaya's functions. What is Mahamaya's function? So I said Yogamaya is in relation to Krishna's devotees. Mahamaya's function is in relation to, so this is specifically in relation to Krishna's pastimes. Mahamaya's role in relation to Krishna's pastimes or in Krishna's pastimes is in relation to the enemies of Krishna's devotees. That's where Mahamaya plays a role. Okay, so remember I told you Krishna's activities are of two types, right? So in the first type of activity, I told you about Balaramji pulling Balaramji, then putting Yashoda Mai to sleep, putting the gopis family members to sleep. All this is the first type of activity. So all these are related to the devotees of Krishna. Activities of Krishna related to Krishna's devotees, and that is done by Yogamaya. Now the second type of activity is example, cheating Kamsa. Cheating Kamsa. How Kamsa is cheated? Devaki had a daughter, right? Devaki had a daughter. Did Devaki have a daughter? Did Devaki have a daughter? Yes? Which one? Huh? Subhadra. Acha. Not then. I'm talking about before Subhadra Maharaj. This is when she's still in the prison. Her 8th child, is it a daughter? It's Krishna.
Yes, Mother.
Yeah.
It is daughter turned to something like that.
So there Kamsa was cheated, right? Kamsa was cheated. So to Kamsa it was told that this is Devaki's daughter. Actually, that was not Devaki's daughter, but she is cheating Kamsa in order to escape from Kamsa's hands. Now, did Kamsa actually think that, oh, this cannot be Devaki's daughter? Did he think like that? No, he actually accepted that this is Devaki's daughter. That's why he wanted to kill. Although the prophecy was that the 8th child will be a son. And he comes and he sees it's a daughter. It didn't occur to him even once that maybe this is not Devaki's child. It didn't occur to him. He accepted that this is Devaki's daughter. How did he accept that? He got cheated. He got cheated by Mahamaya. And by that he thought this is Devaki's daughter. This is her 8th child. And the 8th child is supposed to kill me. I must kill this baby. But why? Why this Mahamaya cheated Devaki, Kamsa? Just so that she can escape from her hands. That's why. If he had not accepted that this is Devaki's child, how she would escape, right? Saujanya Mataji.
So Mataji, so Kamsa was not one of the associates like who all came along with Krishna for his pastimes?
No.
Is it only those who were in Vrindavan were Krishna's
Yadu,
associates?
Dwarka also. Those who were in Dwarka, even Pandavas in Kuruvamsa also, Krishna's associates came. But yeah, Kamsa no. All the demons that we see in Krishna's pastimes, they got delivered. They got delivered. When they got killed by Krishna, they all got delivered. But it's not that they all came from Golok Vrindavan to participate.
Okay.
Not like Jai
Okay.
Vijay, not like that.
Not like that, because Devi is different person. Shishupal
Right.
and Danta. Right?
They're actually devotees. Jai Vijay are actually devotees who came as demons to this world to satisfy the Lord's desire to fight. But these demons, no.
That is why it is Mahamaya who cheated Kamsa, because it was not. If it was associates
Devotees,
of Krishna,
exactly.
then it would have been Yogamaya.
Exactly. Correct. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So, of course, even with when they became demons, like Hiranyakashipu and Ravana, they were not under the control of Yogamaya because they were now acting as demons, right? So, bhakti, Yogamaya means when someone is performing bhakti, and bhakti means anukulyena Krishnanushilanam. It has to be done favorably. Thinking of Krishna 24 hours, Kamsa is also thinking, but he is not doing it favorably to please Krishna. He is not doing it favorably. So that won't count as bhakti. Even though he is thinking of Krishna, you may say this is smaranam, 24/7 he is doing. So this is pure devotional service. No, it's not. Because there is that, it's not being done favorably. So we cannot count them as doing bhakti or devotees at that time. So then it's not that they are under the control of Yog Maya at that time. Anyway, whatever. That is not the point here. But uh, here, these pastimes, Krishna's pastimes specifically, Kamsa, cheating Kamsa, that Devaki's 8th child is a girl. And actually Kamsa getting cheated and accepting that this 8th baby of Devaki is a girl, and then attempting to dash her to the stone like he did with the other babies, right? How Kamsa got this bewilderment? He accepted, he got cheated. This was done by Mahamaya. This was done by Mahamaya. So what is Mahamaya's role? Mahamaya deals with the enemies of devotees. She's dealing with the enemies of devotees in Krishna's pastimes. Here specifically we are talking about Krishna's pastimes. The Lord ordered Mahamaya, Yogamaya to appear before him, or at the time, right? His sister. So Yogamaya, Mahamaya, both of them have different functions. Yogamaya deals with devotees, Mahamaya deals with the enemies of devotees. One example is Kamsa. How Kamsa is cheated by Mahamaya that Devaki's 8th baby is a girl. Okay. Now, can Yogamaya do this? Cheating Kamsa? No. Yogamaya cannot do this. It should be done by Mahamaya because Yogamaya cannot go into the hands of Kamsa. You see, Kamsa grabbed that baby. Kamsa cannot touch Yogamaya. Naham prakasha sarvasya Yogamaya samavrita. Right? Krishna says, I am not visible. to everyone, to all the foolish people, because I'm covered by my Yoga Maya. That means by the covering of Yoga Maya, they don't see the Yoga Maya. Yoga Maya covers Krishna. They don't see Krishna and they don't see Yoga Maya also. So those who are, and what to speak of those who are envious of devotees. Foolish people, even to foolish people, she is not visible. What to speak of those who are enemies of devotees? They cannot. Kamsa cannot touch her. She cannot go into the hands of Kamsa. Therefore, Yoga Maya cannot cheat Kamsa in this case. It's not possible. She cannot do that. Only Mahamaya has to do that. And also, Yoga Maya will not be engaged with bad people like Kamsa. Now, also there's one proof. Just like earlier we said there's proof in Narad Pancharatra that Mahamaya is Amsha of Yogamaya. So here there is another proof. Okay? What proof about what? Proof to show that cheating Kamsa is done by Mahamaya and not Yogamaya. There's a proof for that. This Mahamaya escaped from the hands of Kamsa and then she stayed in different places. In Krishna book we read this, right? After she escaped, she told him that the person who's going to kill you is already born elsewhere. Saying like this, she said, stop torturing your sister and brother-in-law, your innocent sister. They haven't done anything, just stop torturing them. Saying like this, she went into the sky. She manifested her 8 arms with all weapons and then she just disappeared. And there it is said, she actually from there she manifested in different places and assume different names in those different places, like Vindhya Vasini, Vaishnavi, like this. And she's being worshipped in these different places. Who's saying this? That after escaping from Kamsa's hands, I appeared in different places, I went to different places and I reside there and I'm known by different names. Who's saying this? Mahamaya herself is saying this. Mahamaya herself is saying that in Vaivasvata Manvantara, our present Manvantara, in the 28th Yuga cycle, we are in the 28th Yuga cycle of Vaivasvata Manvantara, I will appear and I will escape from the hands of Kamsa. Who is saying? Mahamaya is saying this. This is the proof that bewildering Kamsa cannot be done by Yogamaya, but it is done by Mahamaya. Yes, Mataji, Saujanya Mataji.
Mataji, I may have missed, but what you're sharing is not from Veda-based, Mataji, or it's some Word document?
It's my notes. When I was listening to class, I typed my notes. This is Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary. So when I attend classes, I take notes and I'm sharing from that.
Okay, thank you, Mataji.
Yeah. So it's just additional points. So we discussed Srila Prabhupada's purport and on top of that, I'm just explaining more.
Yes, Mataji. Mataji, can I ask one more question?
Yeah.
So Krishna then actually was not born to Devaki. He only appeared.
Not born to?
Devaki.
Okay.
He only appeared and then because 8th child is actually the girl who is nothing but Mahamaya.
8th child is born to Devaki, the girl. No, the girl was born to Yashodamai. So Vasudev took Krishna to Gokul and exchanged Krishna with the girl of Devaki, Yashodamai, and he brought the girl back.
Oh, that girl is, as per Krishna's instruction, Mahamaya was born to Yashodamaya. And he got it. And okay. Yeah. But Mataji, why I'm asking this question? Maybe it's coming in the future texts or what, I don't know. In one of the lectures, when Amarendra Prabhu was here in Philly Temple, something he said that Krishna in 10th canto it comes. Krishna is born to Yashoda
Yashodamai.
also. Ah, so I don't know. That is yet to come, Mataji, in our.
This is still before only. We are still
Oh.
in the very beginning where the demigods are on the shore of the milk ocean, and they get this instruction from Kshirodakashayi Vishnu that the Lord is going to appear. So we are in that section still.
Okay.
Krishna didn't
Okay.
appear yet.
Appear. Oh, okay.
So when we come to that section, then we will discuss that part.
Okay.
Hopefully, if I have enough material, I'll discuss. If not, we'll read from Krishna. Okay. So, okay. So this proves that it's Mahamaya who cheated Kamsa. So cheating Kamsa is not done by Yoga Maya, it's done by Mahamaya. Okay. So this we already discussed. Yoga Maya is another potency. Mahamaya is another potency is Duryodhan. You see, when Krishna went to Hastinapur as a peace messenger on behalf of the Pandavas to ask for just 5 villages, and Duryodhan didn't agree, and he ordered his soldiers to arrest Krishna. He wanted to capture Krishna, arrest him. Then Krishna manifested his Vishwarupa. In spite of seeing Vishwarupa, and he showed this to everyone there. Everyone present there, he showed in front of everyone, he showed. Some persons like Bhishma Dev, even Dhritarashtra for that matter, they all were like, they accepted him as the Supreme Lord. They were able to understand, here is the Supreme Lord. But Duryodhan, even after seeing Krishna in the universal form, still he didn't get this intelligence that here is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. What have I done? He's still thinking he's a cunning Yadava. That's what Duryodhan was thinking. How he was able to think like that? Who covered his knowledge? Mahamaya. So Mahamaya is the one who is bewildering the enemies of devotees. Kamsa, Jarasandha, Duryodhan. These people are bewildered by Mahamaya. And devotees, specifically these examples that I gave about putting Yashodamai to sleep and putting Gopi's husbands and mothers-in-law to sleep and pulling Balaramji to the womb of Rohini. This is the function of Yogamaya. Now there is a third type. When Yashodamai asked Krishna to open his mouth, and within Krishna's mouth, she saw the entire creation, the whole universe. She saw herself, and she saw Krishna also. She saw herself looking into the mouth of Krishna in Krishna's mouth. And seeing all this, she got bewildered. And then afterwards, she just thought, I must be just dreaming. She just brushed it aside. Oh, my little Krishna, my baby, and she went over. Also, when she tried to tie Krishna, Damodar Leela, she was not able to tie him. She brought all the rope in the entire Braj village. All neighbors, everyone was laughing. They were bringing more and more rope. But she was like amazed. The baby is still so small. His waist is this much only. And there is so much rope. When we tie it around his waist and when we try to tie a knot, it's 2 fingers too short. But she didn't get this intelligence that my child would be the Supreme Lord. She never got that. How is it? Which Maya is the cause for this? Yog Maya. Okay? What do you think, others? Which Maya is the cause for this?
Yogmaya, of course.
Yog Maya. Okay? Actually, it's not even Yog Maya, according to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. This covering Krishna's Aishwarya, covering Krishna's opulence as the Supreme Personality of Godhead in front of his pure devotees. This is not even Yog Maya. This is something beyond Yog Maya. This is a Shakti which is even superior to Yoga Maya. This is their intense prema. Their prema is so strong, it is more powerful than the Aishwarya of the Lord. For example, let's take Yashoda Mai. Her love for Krishna is so intense that it does not allow Krishna's opulence to come in front. Krishna's opulence becomes suppressed in front of her intense prema for Krishna. And because of that intense Vatsalya prema, she's not able to see. Even though she's seeing his extraordinary activities, it never comes to her mind that my son can be the Supreme Lord. She always sees him as her loving child. So the cause is not, she's not being bewildered by Yoga Maya, her knowledge is not being covered by Yoga Maya. Rather, it is her intense prema which is far, far superior to the Aishwarya of Krishna. So it just suppresses that Aishwarya, and all she sees is, her love for Krishna. That is, that's the only thing that is visible. So this is a third type. That means when Krishna's Aishwarya or his Tattva, right, his Aishwarya is not visible to his intimate premi devotees, the cause for that is not even Yog Maya. The cause for that is their intense, condensed, intense love for Krishna. This is Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary. So these are the three types that we saw, and that is this verse 25 that we were discussing. So Vishnor Maya Bhagavati Yaya Sammohitam Jagat Adishta Prabhu Nam Shena Karyarthe Sambhavishyati. So I will quickly go over the purport now. Parashi Shaktir Vividaiva Shruyate Shweta Shuttara Upanishad 6.8. In the Parashi Shaktir Vividaiva Shruyate means the Lord's Shaktis are of, there are myriad varieties. His Shakti is of so many, he has many types of Shaktis. In the Vedas, it is said that the potencies of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are called by different names, such as Yogamaya and Mahamaya. Ultimately, however, the Lord's potency is one. Exactly, so Srila Prabhupada is explaining. So, like we discussed, isn't it, that originally there is Yogamaya and her part and parcel is Mahamaya, and both of them have different functions. Yogamaya's function is in relation to the devotees or in relation to the spiritual prakriti, spiritual nature. Mahamaya's function is in relation to material prakriti, or her function is in relation to the enemies of devotees. So there are twofold functions. But the energy is originally that one, A equals B, B equals C. Originally it is A, it's coming from A only, which is Yogamaya. That's what Srila Prabhupada is saying here also. In the Vedas, it is said that the potencies of the Supreme Personality of Godhead are called by different names, such as Yogamaya and Mahamaya. Ultimately, however, the Lord's potency is one. How? Exactly as electric potency is one, although it can act both to cool and to heat. The Lord's potency acts in both the spiritual and material worlds. In the spiritual world, the Lord's potency works as Yogamaya. And in the material world, the same potency works as Mahamaya, exactly as electricity works in both a heater and a cooler. In the material world, this potency working as Mahamaya acts upon the conditioned souls to deprive them more and more of devotional service. It is said, Yaya sammohito jiva atmanam trigunatmakam. In the material world, the conditioned soul thinks of himself as a product of Triguna. So here, Srila Prabhupada is also giving us, because you see, Srila Prabhupada also, Priyanka Mataji is saying, so is there a name for third Maya or it's only the intense love? Yes, Mataji, there's no name. This is the intense love. That's it. That's the third Maya. Maya means what? To see or to not see that which is there, right? That is also, or to see something which is not there, or to not see that which is there. Either way. So they are not seeing. Why they are not seeing? What is that Maya which is hiding them, hiding Krishna from them, his opulence from them? That Maya is their intense prema. That's all. There's no particular name for that Maya. Okay, let's finish this purport. Uh, so, so I'm saying Srila Prabhupada is saying here in general to the in relation to the, because Srila Prabhupada takes the opportunity to see, although we are talking such high topics here, uh, we should still have our feet on the ground, isn't it? We should be we should know where we are, right? These topics are topics discussed by liberated souls, especially the 10th canto, and when you go further, right? These are after completing, scrutinizingly studying nicely the first 9 cantos, then one comes to the 10th canto. Srila Prabhupada gave us Krishna book even in the very initial days, but with great caution. That is why even when he gives us Krishna Lila, at every point Srila Prabhupada gives us philosophy about our position, right? We are spirit souls. We are not these bodies. How we are, it's not just story pastime, right? Not exactly like that, because we still have, our attachments in this world and so on and so forth. So to kind of shake us up also. The problem is sometimes, not sometimes, many times, without having the qualification, if we simply, like, we'll discuss these sweet pastimes, but not understanding the tattva, right? Not understanding, yeah, the tattva, the position of Krishna, right? It's not just a nice, fun, enjoyable movie or a nice story or a nice novel that you read and you like it, you enjoy it, and you go forward. It's not like that. This is Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So from time to time, we have to be reminded of that. So that is why in Srila Prabhupada's purport, you will see that how, in contrast, what is our position in this material world, like that. So let me just go back to the purport. In the material world, the conditioned soul thinks of himself as a product of Triguna, the three modes of material nature. This is the bodily conception of life. This also we actually read in Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary. We saw, right, 2 types of functions. What is the function of the Mahamaya? By the influence of Mahamaya, the conditioned souls in this world think themselves to be the body. This bewildering potency actually belongs to, we said, that spiritual Durga. Remember, initially we had discussed. So same thing Srila Prabhupada is saying here. So this is actually directly from the commentary of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. In the material world, the conditioned soul thinks of himself as a product of Triguna, the 3 modes of material nature. This is the bodily conception of life. Because of associating with the 3 gunas of the material potency, everyone identifies himself with his body. Someone is thinking he's a Brahmana, someone a Kshatriya, someone a Vaishya or Shudra. So this is identifying with the body. And then the designations that come with the body. Identifying yourself with those designations. Someone is thinking is a Brahmana, someone Kshatriya, someone Vaishya, someone Shudra. Actually, however, one is neither a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, nor a Shudra. One is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, Mamaivanshaha. But because of being covered by the material energy, Mahamaya, so this is the function of Mahamaya. Because of being covered by Mahamaya, one identifies himself in these different ways. When the conditioned soul becomes liberated, however, he thinks himself as an eternal servant of Krishna. Jivera Swarupahoy, Krishnera Vidyadas. When he comes to that position, the same potency acting as Yogamaya increasingly helps him become purified and devote his energy to the service of the Lord. So now this Mahamaya is a part and parcel of Yogamaya. As long as we are under the influence of Mahamaya, we identify ourselves with this body and then we act in that capacity. There's only one way for us to change this. When we get the association of a devotee, and by that association we begin bhakti, right? And we actually enter into pure devotional service. Now we are not, now the same Mahamaya turns into Yogamaya. We come under the shelter of Yogamaya. So far we were in the clutches of Mahamaya, but when we come in the association of a devotee, when we begin bhakti, that same Mahamaya now acts as Yogamaya. That means we come under the shelter of Yogamaya. Why the same Mahamaya? Because it's just like Krishna's expansion is Lord Vishnu, isn't it? Is Vishnu Krishna? Of course, because he's an expansion of Krishna, like that. So Mahamaya, we are under the control of Mahamaya, but her function is different. So nicely Srila Prabhupada gives the example of heating and cooling. From heater, in summertime, you cannot turn on the heater and say, now I will feel cool because it's the same electricity through the heater. Will it give you cold? No, it will only give you heat. Although the electricity is coming from the same powerhouse, still heater is heater, cooler is cooler. So Mahamaya will not give you, Mahamaya's function is always keep you in this material world, to pierce you with her trident. But when you take to bhakti, Devi Hesha Gunamayi Mamamaya Durateya Mamevaye Prapadyante Mayametam Tarantite. Then she has no control on you, then Yogamaya will come. Mahatmanastu Mam Partha Daivim Prakritim Ashitaha Bhajantyamanya Manaso. What's the fourth line? Yatva Bhutadimavayam. Mahatmanastu Mam Partha Daivim Prakritim Ashita. So this Daivi Prakriti is Yogamaya. The Mahatmas are under the shelter of Yogamaya. So when you take to bhakti, then you come the same Mahamaya. Now she becomes Yogamaya, and she will help us devote our energy in the service of the Lord. In either case, whether the soul is conditioned or liberated. So after he is liberated, it is said after he is liberated, okay? Yogamaya will come into picture after one is liberated. So you must, after you enter Sarva Dharman Parityajya, and when you are fully surrendered to Krishna, and then you are liberated from the three modes. That means Anartha Nivritti also is complete, isn't it? Liberated means what? No more anarthas. Anartha Nivritti is finished. Except for Bhaktiot anarthas, you may have aparadhot anarthas you may still have. You can be liberated. Even with the, once Anartha Nivritti is done, then there's no more jurisdiction of, you don't have any more past karmas or anything on you. So in either case, whether the soul is conditioned or liberated, the Lord is supreme. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 9:10, Mayadhyakshena Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharam. It is by the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead that the material energy Mahamaya works upon the conditioned soul. Yeah, whether Mahamaya is working or Yogamaya is working, ultimately the Lord is controller of both of them. Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvashah ahankara vimudhatma kartaham iti manyate. The bewildered spirit soul under the influence of the three modes of material nature thinks himself to be the doer of activities which are in actuality carried out by nature. Within conditioned life, no one has freedom, but because one is bewildered, being subject to the rule of Mahamaya, one foolishly thinks himself independent. Right? This is the foolishness. Ahankara. So see how the Mahamaya is controlling us, how she is bewildering us. Ahankara vimudhatma kartaham iti manyate. But when the conditioned soul becomes liberated by executing devotional service, he is given a greater and greater chance to relish a relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. You see, relationship, that is, relationship comes when bhava bhakti. So it's very advanced state, right? So he's given a greater and greater chance to relish a relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead in different transcendental statuses such as Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya Rasas. Who's doing this? Yogamaya. Thus, the Lord's potency Vishnumaya has two features, Avaranika and Unmukha. When the Lord appeared, his potency came with him and acted in different ways. She acted as Yogamaya with Yashoda, Devaki. Yashoda how? Putting her to sleep. Devaki by pulling Balramji and other intimate relations of the Lord. And she acted in a different way with Kamsa, Shalva and other asuras, that is Mamaya. By the order of Lord Krishna, his potency Yogamaya came with him and exhibited different activities according to the time and circumstance. Karyarthe sambhavishyati. Karyarthe, she came for a specific duty, business, right? Yogamaya acted differently to execute different purposes desired by the Lord, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 9:13. Mahatmanastu mam partha daivim prakriti mashitaha. The Mahatmas who fully surrender to the lotus feet of the Lord are directed by Yogamaya. Whereas, so this is important, fully surrender. Okay? Not that, oh, now we are chanting, so now we are under Yogamaya already. Fully surrender. No? That means pure devotional service. The Mahatmas who fully surrender to the lotus feet of the Lord are directed by Yogamaya. Whereas the Duratmas, those who are devoid of devotional service, are directed by Mahamaya. Actually, we had a home program today, and we were reading, Prabhuji was doing first canto, Bhagavatam, first canto, first chapter. So anyway, there this discussion came about same point, that there the point was that do devotees have death? Do they get death? Again, death is a function of what? Mahamaya, right? Material energy. So, do devotees also die? Do they have death? And immediately he said, no, devotees don't die. There's no death for devotees. Then he said, do you think Srila Prabhupada died? No. But it appears like that to our eyes. He said that this is Bhakti Maharani hiding the glories of Bhakti from the vision of this world, so that people don't abuse Bhakti. Because if you see that there is no death, then people will use Bhakti cheaply. Not that they will surrender to the Lord, but chanting is Bhakti, right? So they will use chanting to get some material things, to get liberation. And this is actually a great disservice, right? You shouldn't do that. Bhakti means you should completely surrender yourself to the Lord. That is like that, not that you cheaply use. So to avoid these people who will simply come to her to exploit her, she won't show. She will. It appears to them that, oh, devotees are also dying. They are also falling sick. What is there in this bhakti? They'll go with. So for that reason, she is hiding. But in reality, do devotees have death? He said, no, devotees have no death. They don't die. Death is there for the non-devotees. So I got a question. What about those who are in the middle? We are not fully non-devotees like Duryodhan and Shalva, and neither are we fully devotees, pure devotees with Anya Vilashita Shilyam Jnana Karma Dhyanavritam Anukulena Krishna Vishilanam. These conditions are also not satisfied. What about us? Do we have death? Are we under the material energy or spiritual energy? So, what do you think is the answer? Yeah, possibly. We have death. Okay. Anyone?
Material.
Mataji? Material
Where
energy. Okay. Anything else? So basically the
otherwise
answer is, huh?
would have been otherwise we would not have been here. There's still a lot of karma and baggage. We are
Yes.
trying. There's a
Yes.
lot more to go. We ourselves know how much we are. Unless
Exactly.
Krishna shows like a magic mercy, we don't know.
No, not exactly like magic, but basically the point is, ye yathamam prapadyante tam sataiva bhajami. As one, so the extent to which we are surrendering, to that extent we will come under Yogamaya's potency. But if we are not, the extent to which we are not surrendering, to that extent we are under Mahamaya's potency. So it's really up to us whether we want to be controlled by Yogamaya or Mahamaya. And how is it within our capacity? Within our capacity means surrendering to Krishna. Surrendering to Krishna. Of course, it's not fully in our hands because we are being bogged down by our offenses and things which we did in the past and also what we are doing now. Uh, so we desperately need the mercy of pure devotees. But at least we should have that desire. At least we should be praying for that, right? In Telugu, they say that mother also won't give you unless you ask her for food. She won't give you food. So similarly, we have to ask. We have to
Hmm.
sincerely ask Krishna for the association of pure devotees, for bhakti. Then we can expect, in spite of all our, what do you say, misgivings, all our faults, all our offenses, weaknesses, attachments, whatever. In spite of all this, if we sincerely pray to Krishna, asking for the association of his pure devotees, for the mercy of the pure devotees, for the opportunity to serve the pure devotees, so that we can also get pure devotional service by their mercy, then yes, we have some hope, right? We have some hope. But if so, and then of course, again, sometimes we get some warnings from inside, and it's up to us whether we want to listen to that and act upon it or just suppress it and go about with our, whatever it is. We are having fun in this material world, and you get some warnings from inside, and we just suppress that. Then who's to be blamed? But otherwise, ye yathamam prapadyante tam sataiva bhajamyam. The extent to which we surrender to Krishna, to that extent we are under Yogamaya's potency. The extent to which we don't surrender to Krishna, to that extent we are under Mahamaya's potency. So then do we have death? The extent to which we are not surrendered, then our death is under Mahamaya's potency. And yeah. Yes, we have. Yeah, if we are more under Mahamaya, then we have death, and that death is, yes, death is a function of Mahamaya. But actually, he started off the answer in this way that because we are aspiring, we are trying, definitely we will be given opportunities to render devotional service again. So it is not a hopeless case. It is not even like non-devotees where you just die and you have no master. It's not like that also. Because you have somehow or other you are trying your attempt, we are trying to come to bhakti. And before coming to perfection, if we die, we will be given opportunities, no doubt about that. we will be given opportunities to once again render devotional service to continue like that. Oh, hey, connected name. My battery is dying. Okay. So I didn't see it. It's connected. I don't know why. Let me see. Maybe it's connected now. Maybe. Okay, I don't see the time though. Yeah, it's past time. I will end here. I was actually thinking today's Sunday, maybe it won't be a long class, but usually it turns out on weekends we have longer than usual. Anyway, so I think we will not do Bhagavad Gita and Leelamrita today. We will end here. Mahabharata class also starts in 5 minutes. I will end. Thank you. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful day in Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna.